Throw know your worth out the window. Number 1, bleach your butthole. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, what's up? Welcome. Hey, what's up? Hello. Is that offensive? I love Fetty Wap. So welcome back. This is now the third part in my possibly never-ending series where I give you tips, insight, and just sort of bring you along on my OnlyFans journey. If you missed the last video I did, I actually posted it a couple of days ago, and it was a day in the life of an OnlyFans model. I will link that video as well as my first OnlyFans video, which I sort of forgot about when I made my last one, and I was like, oh, I'll do a part 2. It's actually part 3, so I'll link both of those videos in my description box. This is going to be sort of another level below the first video that I did on OnlyFans, which was sort of a general overview, information about the platform itself, and then I gave a couple tips. And it's also going to be a lot less fucking chaotic and terrifying and sexual, crazy vlog style than my last video. If you want to be entertained and you haven't watched it yet, definitely go watch the day in the life of an OnlyFans model, because not only was it that, it turned into like my Airbnb is terrifying and there was like human flesh on the cabinet. If you're highly considering starting an OnlyFans, if you already started one and you're new, you started one but you haven't posted yet, or even if you've been posting for a while, like at any stage in your journey, even if you've been doing it longer than me, which you may have because I only started in February, hopefully there will be something you can take away from this. That's my goal anyway. If nothing else, just my personal experience and also some of the insight that I have developed from doing OnlyFans. Just seeing how things have gone and what works, because everyone's gonna have a different experience, you know? So buckle up, bitches. Let's get into these tips. Pause really quick. I just want to say, currently I'm in a little bit of a situation. For some reason, I have not been able to withdraw payment from my account and pay myself out, because that's one of the great things, is that you can pay yourself out whenever you want, right? I mean, it's usually great. Right now it tells me to contact support to resume payouts. It's been saying that for about a week. There's a lot of money in there that I would like to pay myself out. I mean, I have contacted support so many times. I have never contacted someone so many times without a response in my entire life. Like, I have no shame at this point because it's fucking annoying. I've sent like 4 emails to support, and the first one I sent was about a week ago. I have DM'd OnlyFans support on Twitter like 5 times. I tweeted and I mentioned OnlyFans and OnlyFans support, which other people were like retweeting and stuff too. It's very frustrating, especially when 4 or 5 days ago I sent out my first ever like full-on, you can say sex on YouTube. I sent out my first like full-on sex video from my OnlyFans. That was a big step, and then all of a sudden it's like I can't pay myself out, and it feels like, whoa, that's shitty. So I just want to say, keep you updated, but if that doesn't get fixed, just go ahead and ignore everything that I'm about to say, because this is actually the second incident that I've had sort of like this. First one was a little bit different. That was on my couple's OnlyFans when that was a thing that existed, and the other half of the account decided to get drunk and change the password and change all of the passwords, pay themselves out. Yes, he did eventually transfer me half the money, but anyway, that happened, and he refused to give me access to the account because he wanted to fuck a bunch of other girls. I don't know, it was really fucking fucked up and weird. I reached out to support during that time. They got back to me pretty quickly, and they basically were just like, sorry. He had gone in and taken my name off the account, put the forms like under his name. By the time that I found out, which was a couple days later, they basically were like,
sorry, but like, we can't do anything about it. You guys have to figure it out on your own.
And I'm like, no, that's like that's not gonna work. Because meanwhile, there's all this content of me, very vulnerable. It felt so fucking exploitative and shitty. God damn, that's a whole video that I could make, but I won't. As far as like the OnlyFans side of that, actual OnlyFans support team, like they could give a fuck, you know? I don't know what to do if I don't hear back soon, because what else am I supposed to do? But I want to believe that it's just they've been lagging on their emails, and they'll get back to me and things will be fixed, because I don't know why I can't pay myself out. That's like another thing. It's like, wait, why can't I? We're gonna ignore that for the moment while I do this video, and I want to give you my tips still. So that was just my quick little preface to this video. I'll let you know if I've heard anything back. If not, I need every single one of you to go fucking tweet them. Get them to fucking answer me. I'm one of their top creators. How can they just ignore me like this? That's actually probably why. Anyway, so as I said in my first video, I just want to quickly mention that this video isn't me trying to convince anyone to start OnlyFans. This is for people who are interested, are highly considering it. Maybe you already have one. So don't take this as like, yes, start OnlyFans. Show your body. Just do it. You have to make the decision within yourself first, and then this is the video. Okay, so I would love to like number these and have them be super organized, but I don't know if that's the best way to go about this, especially because my first tip is sort of still in progress. I'm still kind of testing the waters, testing things out to see what like the ultimate tip would be, but based on like what I've read and heard from people who are successful, I can kind of gather what my findings are going to be. When I first started OnlyFans, I set my price at, I believe, $34.99. The highest you can set your subscription price, I believe, is $40. At least it was when I started. I think a lot of people do this when they first start out, is they set their price higher. I sort of went into it thinking like, okay, well, if I'm gonna be naked on here, I was fine with not having as many subscribers while I was testing things out, sort of, if that makes sense. I guess, I don't know, I got comfortable very quickly with it, and so I would say about a month ago maybe, I dropped my price, and I believe it's now $29. Is it 29 or 27? Was there a huge difference between 35 a month and 29 a month? I don't know. Probably not. Not a huge one anyway. But what I have noticed is that whenever I do a promotion, which I usually will have last either a day, or recently I did one that only lasted for 6 hours and you could get it for $9 because I was about to send out my sex tape. Anytime I've obviously lowered the price, more people have joined. We know this. We know that if the price is lower, more people are going to join. I guess my thinking has sort of been like, oh, I'll go slow. But at this point, I'm kind of, to be honest, I'm about to drop my price probably pretty substantially. I'm thinking I'm going to put it at 15, which is literally 50% off what it is right now, you know? The goal there is not to just suddenly stop making as much money and start making half as much money, but obviously is to attract more people and have more people sign up. Would I probably make more if I put my price between $5 and $10? Probably, because more people would sign up. But also, the thing about having a higher price, number one, I've had people that subscribed when I first started it and they're still subscribers, so that lets me know like, okay, the price is worth it. I would say most people have their rebill on for me, which is, it charges you monthly, right? So that to me has been like, okay, well, clearly I'm delivering. I know I am, because I know I'm putting out good shit. Also, the people who are willing to pay a little bit more monthly, so $30 versus $15, tend to be the people who will buy my messages. So a huge thing on OnlyFans is to send out private messages. You can send like a mass message to everyone. You can message back and forth with one person. To send out a mass message basically with a video, could be a photo I guess, but I do a video. Basically it's locked with a price. This is also the same way that I send out my personal custom video requests or photo requests, whatever it is through the messaging. What was my most recent request? Someone says, hey, I want a video of you and saying my name while you I'll be like, cool, and then I'll film it, send it over, and lock it with the price, whatever price we agreed on. That's another thing that when I first started, I was charging a lot more for custom requests, mostly because I wasn't doing them as much, because I wasn't showing as much. If you go back to the beginning of my feed, I don't think I even showed like my lower half. I mean, I showed it, but like, I think it was mostly just topless photos and some videos and stuff for the first couple of weeks. So I wasn't really like, yeah, let me for you for a custom video, you know. But once I started doing that, probably in the beginning of April, so pretty recently, I was charging more than I do now for not only the personal requests, but also the mass messages that I send out. I remember the first time I sent out like a mass video that was locked, it was a video. I want to say I locked it with a $35 price tag, and to me at the time I was like, that doesn't seem like enough. Now the most I will charge for a mass message is $10. I've sent out a few for $3. That's the lowest amount you can set your messages at. It's usually between $3 and $7, and I probably send those out 2 to 3 times a week. You don't obviously have to buy them. Usually what I'll do is post like a short part of the video on the feed or some screenshots from the video and say like, check your inbox, this is in there if you're interested. Because that's another thing, is like, maybe I'm sending out a video and not everyone wants to see a so person A sees on my feed, oh shit, she just sent out a video, and say I posted a minute of that on the feed, and then I say in the caption like, check your inbox for the full 20-minute video, whatever. Person A who's into feet is gonna be like,
fuck yeah.
They're gonna go to their inbox and they're going to pay the $5, enjoy that video and have it forever. Person B who's not into feet is like, I'll skip this one. And then a couple days later, when I post a POV just bleep this whole video out, I post a POV or something else that that person's into, then they're like, yep, gonna buy this one. Yes, there's people that buy every single video. They really don't care like if it's a even if they're not into feet, they'll still buy it. There's definitely people like that, but then there's also people who are just buying what they want to see. I've found over time that that's a good way to do it. Me, someone who really wants to make sure like everyone's getting their money's worth and what they came to my OnlyFans for, I get really overwhelmed, like, but there's so many fetishes, and there's girls here and there's guys here and there's gays and straights, and like, what if this isn't what they want? To kind of combat that struggle in my head, if it's something a little bit like different and not as mainstream, not even necessarily like fetishy, I will make sure to send it out as a message. I'll still post on the feed, this is what's going to your inbox if you want it, and that way I know that like everyone hopefully is getting what they paid for, what they came for, and there's sort of something for everyone. So I feel like I'm not really in like a niche. I do a lot. Ask anyone who's subscribed to me. Like I said, I'm new to this and I've done a bunch of different shit because not only do I want to please everyone, I want to see what works, I want to see what most people like. I'm still very much in the stage of seeing what works, and maybe I'll always be in this stage. I've definitely made it past the stage where I was unsure about like what I was comfortable with. I'm definitely very comfortable now. I'm definitely empowered with what I'm posting and the fact that I can post what I want and it's my control. Past that stage, and then I'm pretty much past the stage of finding out like what works, what people like. As I'm going to go into this stage of lowering my price again and seeing kind of what happens, I think something that I need to keep in mind, and if you already have an OnlyFans and you want to lower the price, or if you want to start one and you're going to start at a lower price, which by the way, you can charge whatever the fuck you want. Even if you're only posting bikini photos, you can still charge $40 a month. Like, you can charge whatever you want. You are worth $1 million a month, baby. But we're trying to maximize revenue here, right? Throw know your worth out the window for the time being. Okay, still know your worth, but for the time being, throw it out the window. You're not literally selling yourself, so you don't need to worry about, oh, but like, I feel dirty if I'm only charging $5 for me to have sex and post it on the internet. You're still not selling yourself, okay? You're selling a video of yourself. You're selling a photo of yourself. If I fucking see a tree outside and I take a photo of it, or I paint it, let's say I paint a tree, okay? No. Yes, let's say I paint a tree and then I sell my painting to someone and they buy it for $10. Did I just sell a tree? No, I sold the painting of the tree. Okay, a photo would have been better, whatever. You get it. Know your worth. In this instance, that doesn't matter because that's not what it's about. This is literally a business. It's a service. There's customers. You go out to eat. You have a meal that's $50. You tip your waitress $10. Does that mean that that waitress is literally worth $10? Like, as a human? No. She was a waitress. She served you. She filled up your water and got you this and that. Like, you're tipping her for the job that she's doing. You're not rating her as a person and paying her what she is literally worth, like, as a human, as a soul. I might have just like went down a rabbit hole a little bit, but I just think it's important to remember, not only for you, the creator, if you are on OnlyFans, but also for people who are stupid and they're like, oh my god, she's selling herself for $5. If you spend $5 to subscribe to her for a month, does that mean she's packing her shit and moving in with you for a month and you have to like literally take care of her because you just bought her for like, no, fuck off with that. So when it comes to pricing, don't worry about that, okay? Once you get comfortable, do what's going to maximize your income. Of course, at the beginning, like I said, I was charging a lot more. I wasn't comfortable yet, just being like, yeah, I want more people. I didn't really want that many people at first because I wasn't sure, is this gonna be something that I do long term? Is this gonna be something that I like keep pushing myself with and showing more? I wasn't sure. So once you are comfortable and you kind of found your groove, try to look at it from just like strictly business. And I'm also kind of telling myself this because I've been hesitant with the whole price thing. I don't know what the exact thought is, but it is sort of related to like, oh, but like I'm worth more than that, you know? And yeah, of course I am, and of course everyone watching this is worth more than, at least more than $40, which is the most that you can charge for a subscription. But again, you're not selling yourself. I just want to say that, like, pound that into your head. You're not selling yourself. If we were selling ourselves, that'd be pretty weird. I would have like thousands of people that technically own me, but I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm in my own apartment right now, living my own life. So was that even a tip? Tomorrow, actually, because it's a Monday, it just feels like a good time to do it. I'm going to drop my price. I think I started saying this and then I didn't finish it, but I still feel uncomfortable promoting myself. I'm not gonna lie. I've been doing social media for years and I thought that at some point it would go away, but I still feel uncomfortable doing it. I feel uncomfortable doing it with free content, let alone, hey, go pay to see this of me. I don't know why, and I don't care when other people do it. In fact, I like it because sometimes I want to watch their shit, but I still feel uncomfortable. So I think it's gonna be a little bit of a challenge challenge for me personally, once I drop my price, kick myself in the ass a little bit and promote a bit more, because I don't tend to promote my OnlyFans that much, at least not actively. I know it's like linked places, like in my Instagram bio maybe. It was in my TikTok bio, but then I was like, wait, is that why I got shadow banned? So I took it out, but I'm still shadow banned, so I don't know. And it's like in a couple of YouTube videos, but as far as actively promoting it, I'm probably gonna have to ramp that up once I drop my price, just to get the word out and to get more subscribers, obviously, because that is the goal. I guess there were a few tips in what I just said. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, what, am I even giving tips? You know, the pay-per-view message thing, that's a huge tip. I wasn't doing that for the first couple of months. Once I started doing that, you realize, oh shit, like this is how you make the money. This is why the top creators have their subscriptions really low, but they're the top creators because they're making the most, because they'll send out mass messages. I don't know how often they're doing it. I know that when I was subscribed to one person at one point, she was sending out probably 5 times a week, probably $5 to $20 maybe each one, and she is a top creator. So the numbers don't really lie. Now that I'm comfortable and I'm in my groove, that's why I'm ready now to, you know, slash my price a little bit, get a little bit more people up in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, the subscription price is lower, but there's more people and more people are buying the custom videos that you send out. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want people to think that, you know, they pay this subscription and then they also have to pay however many times a week to unlock a video. But again, like, not everyone has to buy every video. And if anyone's gonna be mad that like, oh, I paid to subscribe and now I have to pay for this, like, they don't understand how OnlyFans works, because that's what everyone does. Honestly, that's a huge tip that I didn't even really like preface with like, this is my tip, but that's a huge one. I'll also do custom content, and because of the personalization of those and extra time that it takes and the fact that you're only sending it to one person and they're the only person that's ever going to see it, you know, you can charge whatever you want for those. Talk about it with the person and figure out what works. Some quick things that I don't know if I've mentioned yet that are just sort of basic things if you are starting. Some things you're going to want to have, or would be very helpful to have. Obviously, you have a phone. If you're watching this, you have a phone or a computer, I guess. If you're going to use your phone to record, which I do, sometimes I use my camera, sometimes I use my phone, sometimes I use both, which I'll talk about in a second. The iPhone can record in 4K, so I mean, there's a lot of cameras that don't even record in 4K right now that are still super expensive, nice cameras. So use your iPhone to take photos, to do your videos, whatever you're planning on showing, doing, whatever. If I went back to the beginning of my feed and looked at the first posts for probably the first month, it was mostly all photos. I would post like 10 at a time though, where you can scroll through them. You can upload, I believe, 20 photos to one post, and so you could scroll through them, and a lot of them were me in the mirror holding my phone taking, you know, like a mirror selfie. I posted some more professional ones that were done, and then I was curious because I had a lot of photographers reaching out and being like, let me help you with your OnlyFans, and like, I'll help you for free a couple times, and I'm like, you know what, I don't think I need to pay someone though, because I have a theory that people like to see the more raw, unedited, personal. That was my theory. So I did a poll very early on and I said, what do you guys want to see? And I've done a couple more polls since then. Do you prefer professional photos and videos, or raw, spur of the moment, shot on my phone, maybe shot on my camera, whatever? It was like 95% to 5%. You don't have to go out and do like professional photo shoots, and I see a lot of girls that just start and they go out, and I don't know if they're paying the photographer, if it's for trade. It probably is just for trade, honestly, because fucking a hot girl almost naked, but they'll go out and do like elaborate photo shoots and then post the photos there, and it's like, yeah, you can do that and you can do that as well, but I'm telling you right now, less is more, I think, is what I'm trying to say. You filming it by yourself, not having professionals there, like, that's what people like. I'm sort of mostly talking about photos for the most part, and also just in general, if you're someone who's only planning on showing topless, or maybe not even that, maybe you're gonna be like lingerie, or even if you're gonna be fully naked, but like you're not gonna venture into like the porn side of things, like touching and all of that shit. Especially for those people, those of you, I would say, you know, you in your element, you in like your natural habitat. When I would go and get spray tans, I would always be like doing little videos and photos in the mirror at my spray tan place, you know? People like that shit. I mean, it does also apply if you're like me now, who I've somehow ended up venturing, because I was comfortable with it, into touching and other people, and I'm posting mostly videos now. This morning I actually posted a series of photos that I took last night, but it's because I also filmed last night and I plan on posting that as well. These days, there's a fur on my lip. Recently, I'm mostly just posting videos, and quality, you know, the length of the videos, whatever, is more important to me than like taking a bunch of photos of myself. Even with those videos, shoot it yourself. Don't hire someone to film you having sex. I shouldn't say don't, because yeah, you can do that, of course, but I started that by saying I was going to talk about some things that I think you need, and then I just like went off on a tangent. What's new? A tripod? super helpful. Ring lights are very helpful, especially because I don't know about other people, but for me, I tend to want to and usually film OnlyFans at nighttime or when it's dark. Ring lights are helpful, or if you have good lighting wherever you live. I don't have the best lighting in here without using my ring light. God, I have so many things that I want to say that I've like learned, but I don't want this to be super long, and I know that I want to have more videos, so I'm like, do I just wait? I'm not sure how long this has been, but I have been talking for over an hour, and so I kind of want to end it off with one thing and just know that I have so much more that I still want to say. I actually made a Microsoft Word document. Like, when have I ever done that for a video? Answer, never. I've only touched on the first 2 that I wrote down, and I have I don't know how many, but I also feel like I gave some other. I feel like it's easier for me to just talk about things rather than be like, number 1. As I talk, I think about other things that have worked. Sorry if you're not into that. It's not the person for you. Go to someone who does like, number 1, bleach your butthole. I haven't done that. I kind of want to, but my butthole isn't dark. Wait, why do people bleach your butthole? Anyway, I hope you're cool with this being a little bit more like conversational style rather than like me sitting here at a chalkboard. What fucking year is it? What century is it? I'm not, you know, what did I just say? 2 things I want to say. The first one will be quick. Shoot not every video. So this is more of not the beginner, like this is your first day of OnlyFans, you're starting. If you're doing videos and you're comfortable, a tip that I have that has proved to be great, successful, lots of positive feedback, is I will film multiple angles. So I'll set up my camera on a tripod, hold my phone sometimes. I instinctively just hold my phone sometimes. I'll set up my phone on a tripod at a different angle, closer, farther. I've had up to 3 angles in a video before, and then also like have moved them. I've also sent out a lot of videos where it's like split screen sort of. Well, I've done both. I've done where like I actually go in and like fully edit. I would say I've done this more. Cut back and forth between different angles, or sometimes I'll do a split screen so you can see the whole thing depending on what your preference is. There's a lot of guys that really like POV shit, but then you can also look over and see sort of like the full picture, and that's great because then you don't have people being like, wait, but like do another one, but do it POV, or do another one, but like you hold the phone. We're all different, so especially men are very visual, so they want to see sort of what's going to help them imagine that they're in that scenario. So shoot with multiple angles. You don't have to do it for every video, for sure not. Last night I just used my phone. So God, I have so many tips, you guys. I'm literally gonna sit down. If I have time tomorrow, I'm gonna film part 4 of this, to be honest. And then lastly, which this will be the first thing that I expand upon in the next video, because I have a lot that I could say about this, I feel. I mean, I know I have a lot that I say about everything. Something that I have discovered, and I discovered pretty quickly, based on myself looking at how things are doing, like on the back end, and also based on messages and comments that I get from people, is that people like, how do I say it the right way? Because here's the thing. Porn is free, right? Why is someone gonna subscribe to an OnlyFans when they could get it for free somewhere else? And I think there's probably a lot of people that still think that, and that's their criticism of it, is like, why would I pay for that when it's free on the internet? I have found that I do well personally. I'm gonna speak for myself, but I do know that other top people, not every top person, does well because it's not just porn. You're not just watching people that you don't know fuck. Or my OnlyFans is very personal. Sometimes I'll even leave like the 5 or so minutes before the action starts. I'll leave that in the video. So like recently I did one where I like got high and then I did a video, but I left in the beginning where I was just like talking and like smoking a little bit. I like to sort of incorporate like little vlogs into some of my content. I also recently wrote out like a whole fucking erotic novel. It wasn't a novel, but it was sort of like how fan fiction is written. I sort of did that, but it was nonfiction. It was OnlyFans nonfiction as like a caption, but it was super long, like erotic sexiness. I got really good feedback on that. Like everyone liked it and they were like, oh my god, more, like write more. I show a lot of my personality in the videos I post. I don't just like put the camera on my vagina and film it, end it. When you're on my OnlyFans, you get an idea of who I am as a person, like my personality, we'll put it that way. You get an idea of my personality. Of course, a lot of people that join my OnlyFans either watched me on YouTube or followed me on Instagram, and so they've seen like my stories, or a lot of people came from TikTok before I was shadow banned. Sometimes people know a lot about my personality, especially if they've been watching me on YouTube for years and then they join my OnlyFans, which I can imagine that's probably super trippy. Even if someone came to my page and they didn't know me at all, they will very quickly get an idea of my personality, and it's sort of like when you Can I just like shut up for once in my life? I want to give you guys my thoughts on this and explain to you, and this is just the way that it's coming out, so sorry not sorry, I guess. There's a reason why when you read a book and it's written from someone's perspective, they're a character but also narrator. There's a reason why you feel like you know them the most. Even if you don't like them as a person, you still like feel sort of the most drawn to them because you know like their inner workings. TV shows or movies, like the main character, whether you like them or not, like you feel like you kind of know them as a character anyway. And this is like that, but also like it's actually me. It's not a character in so many words. What sets it apart from going to Pornhub and getting free porn? I am very much me. Aside from the fact that like I talked about earlier and like I'm gonna get into in the next video, I've done a lot of things. I do a lot of things. Keep it fresh and interesting. I'm always like, okay, what can I do that I've never done before? I just ordered butt plugs, for example, which I'm terrified of, but it's gonna be fun. Aside from that, the people on there, even if they don't follow me anywhere else, even if they don't watch me on YouTube, they at least have a connection with me that's deeper than just a porn star. And you may be like, well, yeah, but that's like everyone's OnlyFans. No, that's not true. There's a lot of people on OnlyFans, and I want to say the vast majority of people there are not like that whatsoever. They post curated videos or photos or whatever it is. A lot of people have someone who replies to all their messages for them. There's companies that usually they'll reach out to you. I've been reached out to by like so many people. They're like, we take over this part of the work so you can focus on this and blah blah blah. And I'm like, get the fuck out of my face. I'm not giving you a percentage. I want to message these people back myself, you know? Just because you're on OnlyFans doesn't mean everyone knows everything about you and that you're sharing things and showing parts of you. But I'm trying to say that like that's what I do, and I have found that it works very well. The great thing about that for me is that I did that kind of on accident because I don't really know any other way to do things. I hope I'm making sense. I'm gonna hate myself when I'm editing this, but like what else is new? To that, I want to say that it may work in the beginning for a while to collaborate with someone different every day, have a different girl, different guy in every video, but then people will realize, wait, I definitely don't know anything about this girl because you know, it's a different girl every day, but I also don't even know anything about you, the person who owns this OnlyFans. Why am I gonna be here when I can literally see this exact same situation on Pornhub? For OnlyFans, it kind of is the place where you should be really showing a lot more of who you are as a person, because otherwise, yeah, go to Pornhub. Is my camera still recording? You can message the person that you're seeing the inside of, like, can you do that on Pornhub? I don't think so. I'm not well versed in Pornhub. That is going to end this video because I've been talking for a long time. It works better for me and my brain to freely talk about things. And then bonus for you, even though some people probably hate that I talk a lot and ramble, you get more insight because I'm literally like, I'm saying things that I probably wouldn't otherwise be saying if I was like sticking to a script or like bullet points. And that's kind of how some of my best tips have come out in this video. Just saying! So yes, that was part 3 in this series. I kind of want to make a playlist and have it be called the OnlyFans Bible because I feel like that's sort of like oxymoronic and also kind of like sacrilegious and ironic. I still have so many more things that I want to say and so much that I want to talk about. Ask any of your questions in the comments below, and at the end of the next video I'll go through and respond to those. I'm gonna leave the link below to sign up to OnlyFans. It is a referral link, meaning I wish I could give you an answer to that because OnlyFans keeps fucking changing their policy on that. Like recently there was a huge scandal because someone like went in and changed the person who supposedly referred them, which like makes no sense because how can you go back in time and be like, wait, no, this person referred me. Then the person who actually referred them lost out on like $16,000, which is crazy. So they're literally like constantly changing that. But all I know is that I can see when you use my referral link, I have a list, but I've actually been thinking about giving everyone that I refer like a month trial to my OnlyFans. We can message that way also, and I can help you out with yours because I mean I would love to help you out, especially if you know, if you're using my referral link. Like of course that's the least I can do. You don't get any money taken from you. It comes from OnlyFans, which like they should pay me 1000%, okay? I need to like drink something and like put on some chapstick because I'm like fucking dusty apple on a road trip right now. I'm parched. I went through my whole goddamn camera battery during this video. Subscribe to my OnlyFans. No, to my YouTube. Put on the bell because I'm shadow banned. I might just fucking shadow banned everywhere. Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. And don't forget to leave your questions below. Okay, bye.